Okay, we'll just wait about 2 minutes as people start to tune in. Okay, we will start. My voice is coming through, okay?
Yes, Bhante.
Okay. Okay, so this session, our first meditation session of the formal retreat, will be a review of the instructions or a repeat of the practice that we were doing all day yesterday. This is a kind of warming up for the next phase of the practice. And I'll give the instructions for the next phase with the next formal sitting period. So this will be a session dedicated to the mindfulness of breathing, but in order to sort of increase the precision of our mindfulness, I'll add a further task to the practice. So let us take our congenial sitting position, whether you're sitting on a mat with the legs crossed, or on a meditation bench, or on a straight back chair, whatever is most convenient for you. Keep the upper part of the body, the torso, straight and upright, but not stiff or rigid. Let the weight of the body drop so that the weight of the body is supported by your seat and by the pelvic region against the seat. Hands can be placed on the lap, right hand over the left, thumbs lightly touching if you like. If you don't like to touch the thumbs, not necessary. Or you could put the hands on the knees or on the thighs. Hold the head with the nose directly above the navel. Mouth closed, eyes lightly closed. Chin could be tucked in a very slight angle. And first, settle into the felt sense of the body in the sitting position. Look for any points of tension or stiffness or tightness and relax them. And first, just let the mindfulness take in the whole body in the sitting position. Then be aware in a general way of the body breathing. Just experience the body in its totality as a breathing organism. As you breathe in, you'll experience the expansion of the chest, the swelling out of the abdomen. As you breathe out, you experience the contraction of the chest, the falling of the abdomen. Then you move the attention to the region around the nostrils or at the upper lip or maybe slightly inside the nostrils, wherever you can feel most clearly and distinctly the air coming in and going out as you're breathing in and out. In many cases, you'll feel it more distinctly at one nostril or another nostril, that doesn't matter. But just try to pick up the felt experience or felt sensation of the air coming in and going out around the nostrils, slightly inside the nostrils, or at the upper lip just beneath the nostrils. And that will be the what we call the post of observation for observing the in-breath and the out-breath. The Visuddhimagga illustrates this with the simile of a man sawing a log. And as he saws the log, his attention is placed at he puts his attention at the place where the teeth of the saw cut into the block of wood, into the log. So he doesn't follow the saw outward or inward, but he just places his attention at the place where the teeth of the saw are cutting into the log and observing the movement of the saw at that place, the place of the cutting. So in the same way, we put our attention at the area around the nostrils where we experience the air coming in, or the felt sense of the air coming in and going out. It's a very subtle area, so you have to be attentive to pick up the sensation in that area. But focusing on that area is a way that we strengthen our mindfulness and our concentration. And we try to follow the entire extent of the in-breath, the entire extent of the out-breath, but always with the mindfulness, with the attention placed on that very small area around the nostrils, below the nostrils, slightly inside the nostrils, where we feel the air coming in and out. So we try to be attentive, mindful of the entire in-breath, the entire out-breath. And now to strengthen the mindfulness, we're going to try to be aware of 3 phases in each in-breath and in each out-breath. In the case of the in-breath, be aware of the beginning of the in-breath, then what we call the middle, that's the full extent of the in-breath, and then of the ending of the in-breath. And then there's a brief moment of transition, and then we become aware of the beginning of the out-breath, the duration or full extent of the out-breath, which we call the middle of the out-breath, and then the ending of the out-breath. So that is the task during this first session, to follow each in-breath, each out-breath, attending to the beginning, middle, and end of in-breath and out-breath. When thoughts pop up into the mind, just put them aside and come back again and again to the in and out breathing. And if you find that you've lost track of the breath, the mind is wandering, planning the next meal, going shopping, thinking about what's happening around the world, thinking about family members, living far away, whatever. Suddenly you become aware that you should be attending to the breath. Don't jump immediately onto the breath. First, come back to the general sense of the body in the sitting position. Then observe the body as an organism breathing in and out. And then when the mind is settled on that, then bring it back to the area around the nostrils where you experience the breath coming in and out. Okay, we will continue now in silence for 30 minutes, and then we'll have walking meditation. Okay, now you continue on your own. And remember, the task is to look for the beginning, the middle or duration, and the end of in-breath and out-breath. Okay, you can relax now and end the session in the usual way, rubbing the palms together to generate a little warmth. Then we could rub the palms over the face, top of the head, back of the head, back of the neck, then down the shoulders, the back of the shoulders. Release any tension there. Then come down the lower back, rubbing the area over the kidneys. Then down to the buttocks. And you can massage that area to stimulate the circulation. Then come down the thighs to the knees. And again, you can massage the knees. And then slide down. If you've been sitting cross-legged, you could slide down to the feet and the toes and massage that area a bit. Okay, now we'll be doing a period of walking meditation. And as I explained yesterday, we do each step fairly slowly and mindfully, trying to be mindful of each step, right step, left step, right step, left step. And yesterday I spoke about how we pay special attention to the two phases of each step. The phase of bringing the foot forward, which we call pushing, because you're pushing the foot forward, and then putting the foot down on the floor, which we'll call placing. So you're mindful of pushing, placing, till you get to the end of your walkway. Then you become mindful of stopping, and standing, mindful of the body in the standing position, then mindful of turning, and then again, you walk back to the starting point, mindful of each step in the two phases of pushing and placing, pushing and placing. Okay, so let us begin, and we will do this, and then at 10:14 I will sound the gong, and we'll start the next session at 10:15, which will be the expanding the mindfulness of breathing to whole body awareness. And that will be a guided session with instructions. Okay, so let us start and do the walking meditation. Okay, everybody should be back in their seat now. Okay, now we're ready to move on to the next phase in the development of our practice. And this is moving from mindfulness of breathing in the narrow sense in which we've been practicing it yesterday and early this morning, now to what I call whole body awareness. And we see this progression in the section on mindfulness of breathing in the Satipatthana Sutta and in the first part of the Anapanasati Sutta, where the first exercise is when breathing in long, one knows I breathe in long. When breathing out long, I know I breathe out long. When breathing in, when breathing out short, I know I breathe in short, I breathe out short. So that's the first part of the exercise. And that is what we've been practicing over the last yesterday and this morning. The next phase in the development of the anapanasati, of mindfulness of breathing, is expressed in Pali, Sabakaya patisangvedi usasamiti sikati. Sabakaya patisangvedi pasasi samiti sikati. Experiencing the whole body, I will breathe in, thus you train yourself. Experiencing the whole body, I will breathe out, thus you train yourself. And now I know perhaps some people on this retreat have practiced with the traditional Theravadan teachers who teach Anapanasati and then follow the commentarial system of the Visuddhimagga in explaining that particular expression. So in the traditional commentarial explanation, it said what is meant by sabakaya, the whole body, is the whole extent of the breath body in and out. But that system, it might work for some people and it might be a valid mode of practice, but in my view, it doesn't really correspond to the original intention of the text. And in this way, I'm an originalist. Okay. Because first, the expression sabakaya means simply the whole body. It's not said the whole breath body, the whole extent of the breath. But to my way of thinking, the whole body means the whole body. So we should be moving towards an awareness of the whole body. And then the second part of that expression, pati sangvedi, really means to sort of experience at the gut level. It doesn't mean simply to be aware of, to know, to recognize. But pati samvedi, it's related to the word vedana, which means feeling. So it's feeling, experiencing the whole body. And so what we do is to, while breathing in and out, while being mindful of breathing in and out, we're moving from the focus, the narrow focus, the nostrils, the area around the nostrils, to an experience of the whole body. And now I found in my own sort of experience, my own sort of experimentation, it's rather difficult to jump from the narrow focus on the touch sensation of the breath at the nostrils immediately to an awareness of the whole body. So what I found in my own sort of way of practice is to move in stages. So we have 3 stages in the development of this. The first stage is to go through the body section by section. and experiencing that particular portion or segment of the body while being mindful of breathing in and out. So we go through the whole body from the top to the feet, from the head to the feet, step by step, expending a little time on each region of the body. Then the next phase is sweeping. So with the in-breath, we sweep the attention up from the feet to the top of the head. And with the out-breath, we sweep the whole attention or mindfulness from the top of the head down to the sole, to the feet. And we do this a few rounds of mindful in and out, sweeping through the entire body, up and down, up and down. And then from there, we launch into a direct awareness, direct experiencing of the whole body as we are breathing in and breathing out. And so we're going in the first session, we're going to practice this as a guided meditation. And so I think at the outset, you need some sort of step-by-step instruction on how to practice this. And then later, we'll do it each silently. Okay, so take your congenial meditation position. And I should say, if people are starting to experience pains in the legs or in the back, it's okay. I say don't immediately change the position. Try to endure the pain for some time. But if it really becomes disturbing and distracting, you can mindfully shift the position of the legs, or you could stand up for a few moments and then sit down again. We shouldn't try to practice by enduring the pain until the body cracks apart and then you achieve enlightenment just as you're about to die because you've put too much stress on the body. Okay, so take a comfortable and congenial sitting position. We've gone through the instructions for the posture. Then do a few rounds of mindful in and out breathing, focused on the nostrils, the area around the nostrils or upper lip. Settle into the breath, the feeling of the breath around the nostrils. Okay, now experience your head, mindful of breathing in and breathing out, but not focusing on the nostrils now, but experiencing the head as an organic entity, spatially situated. So experiencing the head, I breathe in, I breathe out. Do this for a few rounds of in and out breathing. Taking in the head as a whole. Try to feel the head in its concrete physical immediacy. Then feel the face. Especially you could take in the cheeks, the lips and the chin. You're mindful of breathing in and out. So experiencing my face, I breathe in. Experiencing my face, I breathe out. Now move to the neck and the throat. You can feel your throat as you swallow saliva, and you can feel, if you pay attention, the muscles of the neck. So experiencing my neck, I breathe in. Experiencing my neck, I breathe out. Okay, then we move to the shoulders. And of course, there are two shoulders. So you could try to experience both simultaneously. But if you find that difficult, you could sort of shift from one to the other quickly. So experiencing my shoulders, I breathe in. Experiencing my shoulders, I breathe out. Okay, then we move to the upper arms. Again, you could try to experience them both simultaneously, but if that's difficult, you could shift from one to the other. To intensify the feeling of the arms, you could even sort of make a muscle, flex the muscle. So experiencing my arms, upper arms, I breathe in. Experiencing the upper arms, I breathe out. And we move now to the lower arms from the elbows down, but not yet the hands. Experiencing the lower arms, I breathe in. Experiencing the lower arms, I breathe out. Okay, then we move to the hands. So experiencing the hands, the sensation in the hands. I breathe in, experiencing the hands. I breathe out. Okay, now we come back up to the shoulders. And then from the shoulders, we go to the upper part of the torso. That is the chest, but not only the front of the torso, not only the chest, but the entire upper part of the torso, right through the inside, right through to the back. Again, trying to feel it from the inside, the concrete immediacy of the upper torso. Breathing in, breathing out. I experience the upper torso. And you'll notice how it changes as you're breathing in and out, expanding and contracting. Okay, now we move down to the abdomen, not just the front of the abdomen, but the entire abdominal region, outside and inside, including the lower back. So experiencing the lower part of the torso, I breathe in, experiencing the lower torso, I breathe out. Again, you can observe the rising and falling movement of the abdomen as you're breathing in and out. Okay, now we move to the pelvic region. So this will take in the hips, the pubic area, and the buttocks, pressing against the seat. So experiencing the pelvic region, I breathe in, experiencing the pelvic region, I breathe out. Again, let the mind sink into that region. You could feel changes in the pressure of the buttocks against the seat. As you're breathing in, the pressure is stronger. As you breathe out, the pressure lightens a little bit. Okay, now we move to the thighs. Again, there are two thighs. If you can get them both simultaneously, do so. But initially, you might have to shift from one to the other. That's okay. So experiencing my thighs, I breathe in. experiencing my thighs, I breathe out. Again, let the mind sink into the felt, actual felt experience, sort of the muscular tension in the thighs. Note any differences in the muscular pressure as you're breathing in and as you're breathing out. And you take next the knees, experiencing the knees. I breathe in, experiencing the knees. I breathe out. Then take the lower legs from the knees down to the ankles. Again, feel, experience the sort of muscular tension in the muscles of the lower legs. If you're sitting cross-legged, the feeling of one leg resting upon the other or intertwined with the other. And then come to the feet. It's probably easiest to take one foot and then the other, but then try to take both feet simultaneously. Breathing in, I experience, I feel my feet. Breathing out, I experience, I feel my feet. Okay, now come back to the feeling, the global feeling of the body in its totality in the sitting position, and rest in that feeling for a few moments. Okay, we'll do another round of the regional scanning of the body. Yeah, our timing will be different, so don't, Venerable Hong Wei, so don't hold us too tightly to the time schedule. Okay, so we start off with the head, experiencing the head as you breathe in and breathe out. Then experiencing the face. I breathe in, I breathe out. Then move to the neck, including the throat, both the front and back of the neck. The neck is as an organic whole. Breathing in, breathing out. Then to the shoulders. Then the upper arms. Again, you can flex the muscle in order to experience the arm more clearly and distinctly. The lower arm. Notice any changes in the muscular tension of the lower arm as you're breathing in and breathing out. Then the hands, and come up to the shoulders, and then down to the upper part of the torso, the chest, and the upper back, and also the inside of the torso. You can experience the expansion and contraction as you're breathing in and breathing out. Then to the lower part of the torso, the abdomen, the internal abdomen, the lower back, noticing the rising and falling of the abdomen as you're breathing in and out. Then to the pelvic region, again, that region also rises and falls with the breath. And experience the buttocks against your seat. Note the changes in pressure of the buttocks against the seat as you're breathing in and breathing out. Then come to the thighs. Then the knees. Then the lower legs, again, try to experience even the lower legs, sort of the muscular tension in those legs. Feel them in their, what I call the concrete immediacy. Then come to the feet. Breathing in, I experience my feet. Breathing out, I experience my feet. And then come back to the body as a whole in the sitting position. And feel the whole body as you're breathing in and breathing out. Okay, so this completes phase one of the practice of experiencing the whole body while breathing in and breathing out. This is the preparation phase. And there's the middle phase is also part of the preparation phase. And before we go into that, we're not going to have the walking meditation, but I want people to take a little break from continuous sitting. So we could stand up and maybe do a little bending and stretching exercises for a few minutes, and then we'll return to our seats. And please don't run away because we still have some important phases to go through. Whatever kind of exercises you like, whatever you're familiar with is okay. So we'll do this for, let's say, until 11:05, then back to the seat. Okay, everybody can return to their seat now. And again, take the meditation position. Okay, so now we've done what I call the regional scan, experiencing the whole body through the regional scan. So now settle into your seat and be aware of the whole body in the sitting position. And now what we're going to be doing is sweeping through the body with the in-breath from the feet up to the head, with the out-breath from the head down to the feet, taking in as much of the body as we can with each in-breath, without each breath. Don't expect to be able to take in everything in fine detail. You just try to note, to observe as much as you can, to pick up as much as you can by mindfully sweeping through the body. Let's go from the feet up to the head, breathing in. Then with the out breath, from the head down to the feet. So experiencing the whole body, I breathe in. That is experiencing it, sweeping it from the feet to the head. Then experiencing the whole body from the head to the feet with the out breath. Okay, do this on your own for a few minutes. And you'll see as you go on, attending to the body, sweeping it with the in breath and out breath, that the attention, the mindfulness, the power of observation becomes fuller and clearer. That is the result of repeated practice. And don't be disappointed that you miss whole regions, but each time you just try your best. Okay, then after a few rounds of sweeping the body in correlation with the in and out breathing, then you try to extend your mindfulness, your awareness through the entire body to take in the entire body as you're breathing in and breathing out. So this is experiencing the whole body. I breathe in, experiencing the whole body. I breathe out. So you take in the whole body at one time with each in-breath, without each breath. And naturally, you won't be taking in everything in the body, but it's a matter of building up the power of observation, the power of mindfulness through repeated practice. And sometimes the attention will shift to one part of the body, sometimes to another part. Doesn't matter, but don't let it become fixated on any one region, but continuously try to take in the whole body with the in and out breathing. Okay, try this now on your own. We have, let's say about 20 minutes. "22 minutes to be precise." And if you find that the attention starts to get weak, or the awareness of the body starts to get faint, you could turn to the sweeping exercise. Do a few rounds of sweeping up and down with the in and out breath, and then return to the whole body awareness, the global awareness of the whole body as you're breathing in and out, experiencing what is going on in the whole body as you're breathing in and as you're breathing out. If you find it helpful, you could use like a mental note, whole body in, whole body out. But if you find the mental noting disturbing or distracting, then you can just try to experience the body directly without using mental notations. Okay, you can relax now, and we'll end the session in the usual way. And we will be breaking for the meal now. And again, as I mentioned yesterday, during the break period, try to maintain the mindfulness and the clear comprehension in all your activities. When taking the meal, as I explained yesterday, try to distinguish 5 phases with each bite. The phase of picking up the food, whether by fork, chopsticks, hand, spoon. So picking up the food, putting into the mouth, that's the second phase, chewing, then tasting and swallowing. And don't do it mechanically, but do it as a kind of organic process, but distinguishing those 5 phases with each biteful. And then after the meal, when brushing the teeth, be mindful of brushing the teeth. When spitting out, mindful of spitting out. If taking a little nap, a little rest, lie down mindfully. And don't sleep too long, but just maybe if you fall asleep just for 15, 20 minutes and then up. And then we will meet again at 1:50, that's Eastern time, for a review and questions. And then we'll continue to practice the mindfulness of the whole body through the afternoon. Just half hour. Okay.
All the one day.